So welcome guys, welcome back. This is part two of Southampton 2, Everton 0. This I suppose that going into the second half, and there was a change right from the get-go. Bernard came on for Alex Iwobi, who had the bad game. And talking about the substitutes, I think maybe Anthony Gordon might have done alright when he eventually came on. We used our three substitutes way too quickly, in my eye. I don't think we're going to get much out of the game anyway, so using the three substitutes at once, especially when we all know that James Rodriguez wasn't 100%, and as we came into the last 10 minutes, James was not looking comfortable whatsoever. He more or less was walking around the pitch and not running. So it was a case of, okay, do we take him off and go back to 9 men and play without him, concede more goals? It was a definite hard one, and the only thing about bringing on Bernard, I do like Bernard as a player, and especially in a game that we're free flowing, free scoring, and winning the games well. But when you're chasing a game and the game is going to be possibly more physical, well, that's something that Bernard can't give you because just because of his size and stature. He's just a small lad. He gets around the pitch very quickly, but as long as he's not touching anybody, he just gets bundled off the ball. But into the second half, straight away, Southampton were right up the pitch again and almost got another goal. As the second half started, I made a point in the podcast that you can listen to later on, that if you had a yellow bar going across the screen and it had confidence written on it, as we got into the end of the first half, it was a case of it was on 20%. Now possession got a little bit better in the second half once we made those other two changes, and what's his name, Fabian Delph came on. He got around the pitch well. He kind of held the ball up a lot better, but things still were not going to plan. Dominic Cavallo was well marshalled out. The only positive I can remember from the second half was right from the start when Gordon came on. He found Bernard, and Bernard trickled himself into the box, and he had a pullback for James Rodriguez, but the defence just got to the ball before he did. So he may have got a goal back at that point in time. Godfrey was giving a lot of free kicks away, especially in that second half. VAR did look at a decision on him, and I'm trying to remember what it was for, but it came back as no. There was an interesting point in the game as well, which I forgot to mention in the first half, where Rodriguez got into the box and the defender came out and shoved him off the ball. Now it's one of these that we can moan about it all we want, saying it was a penalty, it was this and it was that. It's one of these that's been happening for the last 10-15 years in the Premier League, that if that exact same thing happens outside the box, it's a free kick, but once it happens inside, it's not a penalty. It's really weird. It did go to a VAR check off screen. It came back as no. Then there was an off the ball incident with Bernard. I think it was Bernard. He fell somebody, that went to a VAR. That came back as no. But because it was off the ball, I don't actually know what incident it was definitely about. Luca Digne's crosses were absolutely dire as well. It was hitting the first man every single time, and whatever had happened beforehand, before he got sent off, I don't know what he was thinking, but he tore off after Walker Peters. And in fairness to the commentary, they did say it was completely accidental. They didn't go out to an intent to hurt the player. But at the pace he went off after him, whether he caught him badly, intentionally, or he was just going to try and do a slide tackle, if he had touched him from behind, it was going to be a red. He was making his way up the pitch and he was getting from behind, and it was a sore one, don't get me wrong. Hopefully the lad's okay, but the referee deemed it to be a red card offence, and now our two main fullbacks are missing. So Coleman's missing, Dean is missing for the next 3 games. Well, so they say, we still have to wait to find out, but I can't see the difference between that red card and the red card that Richarlison. Richarlison is missing for 3 games, so I see this is 3 games as well. It was a straight red. So we are in trouble if we don't start picking up points against these teams. We can have all these aspirations. Top, to win the league? No. Top 4? No. Top 6? No. Top 10 if we're lucky? Possibly, because there's no point in winning these games at home if we can't beat the lower end. So, Southampton are flying up there as well. Aston Villa, Leeds United, they're up that top at the table with us as well, and they're up there on merit because of the way that the teams have started this part of the season. But if we can't beat these teams, what's going to happen is, as week in, week out, we're going to slowly drop. Same with now the midweek game against the Barcodes. We should be beating them. But it's going to be a tough game now going to there on Wednesday after today's game. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, could he have seen red at the end of that game? He did get a yellow card with a few minutes to go. So all I can think of is, if you put it into a perspective of player ratings, I would probably give Pickford 5 because of the couple of good saves that he did have. But after that, the rest of the team will be given like 4s and 3s. It was just absolutely a dire performance, and I've never seen this as part of a Carlo Ancelotti tutelage. So he's got to be absolutely annoyed with them. But if Dominic Calvert-Lewin gets injured, we'd like to see that bench there. We've no strikers on the bench. What are you going to do? Call back Moise Keane, who scored 2 goals yesterday for Paris Saint-Germain? That'll cost us money. They probably won't want to give him back. He's had such a decent start for them. He's probably looking to possibly get a permanent move there. The positive is that we are still top of the league. Danny Ings didn't score, which is always going to be a good thing. But unfortunately, our good start has just been given that bit of a kick in the teeth. It's going to be, it's up to us now to recover on the midweek game and show that it was just a blip, and hopefully it was only a blip, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. They finished Everton losing their 100% their unbeaten streak, taken out by Southampton, and rightfully so, taken out by Southampton. Don't forget to check out the audio version of this reaction on Spotify. Episode number 24 is available very shortly. Southampton 0, Everton 2. All we can do, guys,